welcome everybody. Happy Pokemon Day to you. What a glorious Pokemon Day it is. You won. Thanks for being a 56-monther. Welcome to the stream. It's a special stream. Today we will witness the introduction of a new Pokemon generation. The 10th Pokemon generation, in fact. Gen 10! I see a bunch of Resubarunis already, actually. Samo Ren, thanks for being a 66-monther. Happy Pokemon Day back at you. Second World Map, thanks for being a 57-monther. Do you have a favorite Pokemon type? It is Poison. Ghost up second. Warhite, thanks for being a 68-monther. Richmond, thanks for being a 9-monther. Xylo Wolfbane, thanks for being a 69-monther. All right, was just about to go to bed. Guess I'll watch this Pokemon thing first. I mean, why not at this point? JoJo's Denko, thanks for being a 68-monther. It is 8:35 a.m. on the East Coast. This bad boy begins at 9 a.m. That means we have 25 minutes until the big show begins. Mr. Curls, thanks for being a 47-monther. And Hydrophobic, thanks for being a 29-monther. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the stream. I'm thinking 51 minutes. Maybe they've confirmed otherwise already. I feel like that's a pretty good guess. Let me know if that's outside of the realm of what this sort of thing normally is. But I feel like if this is also the celebration of... It's known to be 25 minutes, says my chat. All right, I'll change my expectation. If this is to be the celebration or the kickoff for 30 years of Pokemon, I was like, man, it's probably going to be long. I was thinking 51 minutes. All right, I'll adjust my expectation to 31. Rose Zanzan, thanks for being a 5-monther. Thank you to you and Mucho for all the streams. Really gotten me through a lot of tough times over the past few months and brought a lot of comfort. Heck yeah. Mucho, by the way, is not happy about this happening right now. He's more mad that I woke up than I am. Ridnar, thanks for being a 40-monther. It's my birthday today. Can I get it the Kyle Bossman special, please? Yep. Happy birthday, Ridnar. And Battle of the Goddess, thank you for being a 29-monther. I've been playing BG3 at the 3rd act. Finally started watching your BG... Oh, hey, look who it is! Finally started watching the BG3 playthrough, and it's an overall blast. I wouldn't say overall, but... I mean, yeah, I would say overall. I wouldn't say minute-to-minute blast. He's in. But he's acting weird. He's got his paws... He had his paws, he was in his bed, but he had his paws on the table. Relax. So what's happening is we're going to watch this event, 31 minutes or however long it is, and we'll wave goodbye. We'll start the regular stream at the regular time. That will be Resident Evil 9. Just so you know, we're not doing like a crazy marathon or anything like that. Not anyone expecting RE9 starts immediately once Pokemon ends. There will be a hefty gap in between for sure. Jackie Harris, thanks for gifting a gift sub to Pikachu. Mucho's favorite gen? Mucho loves Gen 4, and I have no idea why. Can't explain it. Okay, so we should say that the expectation, of course, is that Gen 10 will not be revealed until the final minutes of this presentation. Just to be clear, Pokemon Presents is a thing that we've done. We've seen many of these in the past. Typically, there's a lot of business to get through. You know what I mean? We have to see the Pokemon MOBA. Pokemon Sleep? I think maybe not. I don't expect Pokemon Sleep. I do expect Pokemon Cafe still. I don't know if that's the name of that game either, but you know, the mobile game, Champions is the name of that one. No, Unite. Champions is a separate thing. I actually expect we should talk about that separately, but I think we're covering old business, right? Pokemon Go? What's crazy is I think the last time we watched a Pokemon Presents, they talked about megas coming to Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, which just revealed a new set. So I don't know. You know what? I'll just put it in there. Trading Card Game Pocket. I don't expect to see Pokemon Friends being updated. I feel like these are the games that will have updates. Games that are already out that will have updates. That's my guess. That's my expectation. Actually, is Pokemon Masters EX still going? Is that still going? But yeah, I do want to talk about Pokemon Champions. This is the game that's going to be only combat. And cross-platform. Right? I don't think this is a Switch exclusive. I don't know a lot about Pokemon Champions because I'm checked out of a game that's only battles. From my understanding, it's free to play. Unless you want to, like, bring in your best team. Mobile and console. Yeah. Pokemon Champions is a really interesting prospect. I have no idea really, like, what their whole scheme is with this. So, Pokemon Champions reveals monetization scheme. How will we pay for Pokemon Champions will be revealed today, is my guess. Pokemon Champions is turn-based. Like it's the going to be, I believe, the way that people like enter the tournaments. Like the Pokemon World Tournaments, I think it's going to be Pokemon Champions going forward. Reveals dirty trick. Yeah. I'm wondering if it's going to have any mechanics unique to itself. I'm going to say my expectation, no unique combat mechanics, meaning that I don't think that Pokemon Champions is going to be how they introduce anything at all. I think it's going to be fairly straightforward, especially if it is intended to be what they use for esports, basically. I think a decent amount of time will be put towards the trading card game. Yeah, trading card game is ridiculous business for Pokemon right now. So trading card game new set. You know what I mean? Well, like, but here's the thing: they put out new set trailers all the time. I feel like for whatever this is, this 30th anniversary, like I feel like there's gonna be a big question to me is what's gonna be special about the 30th anniversary. Like basically with Mario last year. You're looking at everything Mario's doing for his 40th anniversary, and you're like, you would have done all of this anyway. Mario Tennis doesn't exist because it's your birthday, Mario. I'm curious how much they're going to do for Pokemon, and I think it's going to be a lot more. I think Pokemon's actually going to go hard on their 30th anniversary. So I feel like TCG is an easy way to integrate special stuff for an anniversary year. Designer Fake, thanks for being a 36-monther. Congrats on 3 years. And happy Pokemon Day. And Skip Sandwich, thanks for being a 65-monther. Is this the betting special? No. These are not bets. These are simply expectations. These don't get outlandish. These are like, it's just really fun to look back on at the end of the show. You're like, what did I expect? And then what did we really just see? They've already announced a few special box sets, but nothing too big. Yeah. One of the good Pauls. Thank you for subscribing for 4 months. 6 in advance, got it. 6 in advance, you're on number 4. Heck yeah, thank you. Lego Pokemon is really fun. Yeah. Okay, so what we got to see was the adult half of the Lego Pokemon sets. My expectation, Lego Pokemon for all ages, using the smart, are they called smart bricks? Lego's got this weird new gimmick where they've got special bricks that know when you're moving them around. And they like light up and make sound effects. I expect to see the more broad appeal Pokemon sets. I think now would be a great time for that. They are weird. Yeah, they're not well executed from what I've seen so far. Maybe it's gonna take Pokemon. We should probably talk a lot more about Gen 10. This is my expectations for the show. You know what? Last expectation. I won't be surprised if they announce a new mobile game. Last year it was Pokemon Friends. That was the one where you had to do math and science really fast. It was the educational one. I won't be surprised if, hey, a year later it's time for the new one. What are we going to see now? Demoenzo, thanks for being a 19-monther. I've never played a Pokemon game, so excited for the Fire Red Leaf Green re-release. Okay, all right. I've been talking shit about those games as ports this whole time. As definitive editions, I guess. The ultimate editions. I don't think they're bad first Pokemon games. And I'm excited for you to have hop in. That's cool. Expectation, which type will you like the most? Yeah. I think it's time probably to start talking about Gen 10. Okay. Sorry. Maybe... I don't think so. I think we'll see mention again of Fire Red Leaf Green, right? Something important about Fire Red and Leaf Green. They cost $20. No NSO GameCube mentions. Pokemon's here to do Pokemon business today. Right? So, like, if you can spend $20 on this, they're not going to talk about some GameCube game that you get just for your subscription, is my guess. That's my expectation. Oh, Pokopia. Yeah, I would love to see a Pokopia trailer. Yeah. Maybe it reveals a new Pokemon variant we haven't seen yet. Sure. Treehouse didn't get the exclusive. Manchovy, thanks for being a 50-monther. New live-action movie possible? Yeah, I feel like that would have leaked in the trades. All right, so Pokemon Gen 10 is a big deal. However, when we're talking about this being the big Pokemon 30th anniversary, I do feel like maybe that's more of like a merchandising opportunity than anything they would explore in the video games. So I'm going to say my expectation is that Pokemon Gen 10 celebrate the anniversary. Meaning that I don't think it's going to be like, here's your 3 starters and also Charmander is your starter's big brother if you pick fire, you know? Bulbasaur is there too. I don't think that they're going to go in a direction of like, this harkens back to Gen 1. I don't think they're going to be like, obviously, like there's always a bit of Gen 1 pandering, right? They know which Pokemon are the most popular. But, I don't see this. I see this going to be treated as its own unique, weird, wild new generation. I think that's always really important to them, more than any gimmick of it being an anniversary type thing. Hollow Crown next being a 55-monther. Okay. I have not engage with the leaks, and we will not. I mean, in these remaining minutes before the show, we're going to continue to not engage with them. But my expectation is that Pokemon, the titles are the titles that leaked. We'll talk about the reality. If you haven't seen them, hey, let's keep you pure. I'm gonna say the titles are the titles that leaked. For better or for worse. Return of Professor Oak? Great question. I feel like that would be a little bit of like this Gen 10 like celebratory thing. No, I don't like that's a perfect example of like I don't think they're going to pander to the anniversary. I think they're going to try to make this completely new and unique generation. So on delayed input, we'll change this one to a bet. This was my bet. Fire type. Basic but charismatic. Grass type. Abomination. Water type. Cute, but not cute. Something wrong with the eyes. I mean, I guess that ties into expectation. You can't debut. Listen, you can't debut gameplay of a new generation without showing the starters. Meaning that, yeah, I feel like Sun and Moon was teased a bit. Without showing the starters, but I feel like there's no way they say the names of the games and they show you the worlds and what the end game looks like without showing you the 3 starters. And I do in fact expect them to be fire, grass, and water. Do we think we get gameplay? I do. I feel like wandering the game's map will be the first thing you see. It will intend to make you say, wow. Whether it succeeds or not would be a whole other expectation. Expectation. My chat does not say wow. Visually. When visually assessing the technical value of graphics. That's my guess. That's my expectation. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe it does. Maybe it's an absolute stunner. Oh yeah, honestly, I think there's a huge question and I don't know the answer. And maybe this is something that leaked, whether or not this is Switch and Switch 2 or just Switch 2. My expectation is Switch and Switch 2. That's my expectation. Here's the thing. Switch 2 is selling incredibly well. I don't even think it would really hurt to launch on just Switch 2. So we'll see. Yeah. I don't know, man. Switch 1 version locks out the WoW? It doesn't, no. Metroid Prime 4 looks really, really good. Despite being, you know, cross-gen. Warpipe, thanks for being a 69-monther. Happy Pokemon Day back at you. Expectation, November release date revealed. I wonder if it's super early. I wonder if it's way, way too early to announce a November release date for a game right now. But that's my expectation. That's my guess. Pokemon Amiibo? Wow, they don't really do that too often. I think because they like controlling merch so much. You know what I mean? Pokemon Company likes to control their own merch. They don't like to let like Nintendo have any dictation on that stuff. Do we see the legendary? Yeah, I mean, my expectation is, unfortunately, we're back to legendaries on the box. Scarlet and Violet was like a really strange exception to that rule, but yeah, I think we're back. I think we're back to legendaries on the boxes. Seung, thanks for being a 6-monther. How much fat Pikachu are we seeing? Oh, a bunch. I got this chat posted on the Discord, this like black and white throwback Pikachu. I loved it. I bet we'll see some variations of Pikachu. All right, so expectation for Pokemon Presents. I think at the end of the show, I'm going to say that was a B- presentation. Expectation for Gen 10. So yeah, we should flip those around. As a whole, you know what I mean? Like the entire presentation. Whole presentation. Gen 10. Ready for this? B. I wanted to go nuts. I wanted to say it's actually going to be really good. Just you wait. But you know what I mean? These are your expectations. These are not your wishes. We'll see. I should be a little more realistic with my expectations. All right, we're going to give YouTube one last refresh, and then we're switching to YouTube, dude. Rue, thanks for being a brand new subscriber. Premieres in 2 minutes. Okay, so weird. This is not like a live stream, meaning that we cannot at this moment even go full screen on that bad boy. Starts at 9:01, just in case anybody's rolling in late. Scarlet and Violet had the legendaries on the box. I mean, here's you rode them. They had the things that you ride on the box. Can we change the stream? Can we get the stream changed to a Pokemon game instead of just chatting? There's a badge. All right. Seems disingenuous to me, but all right. Pokemon. Get your badges. Trusted tip out 6-59-monther. Hide that chat. I mean, the chat's just spamming 6-7. That seems harmless enough to me. They're not hurting anyone. We'll definitely full screen. Do you think we're back to the 8 badges stuff? Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a lot to even. I feel like once again, structure-wise, and maybe they won't even reveal it at this point. I feel like structure-wise, they're gonna keep exploring opportunities. Jabawabs, thank you for gifting a gift sub to Pokemon 6-7. Wait, so the Pokemon you ride on is like the legend of Scarlet and Violet, I guess. I mean, I guess so. Lubbabub, thanks for being a 47-monther to say 6-7. Excuse me. No, I need a countdown, dude. I'm getting anxious. Outrun, thank you for getting the gift sub to Thickachu. I'm excited. I'm truly excited. I mean, like, I would be normally excited even if this was a gen off year. These are just pretty fun. Yeah, the minutes aren't counting down, which makes me nervous. Let me refresh this again. But like a new Pokemon generation's so fun, dude. You seeing this shit in the top left? Look at the top left. YouTube is celebrating the Pokemon 30th anniversary. Oh, here we go. There we go. There we go. Sure. I'll wait. No, this is any YouTube premiere has this weird countdown. So basically, they just uploaded they're not actually doing any of this live. So they just uploaded a video to YouTube and they said, YouTube, premiere that for me, would you? So that's why we got this countdown right here. This is, also, let me know the entire time how, volume sounds. You're quite far behind. Too late. Too late. Don't give a shit. Too late. I don't give a shit. I don't want to hear it again. I'm not refreshing. Third 8 mini and thanks for being 62 monther. Watching this as the premiere. Okay. Looks like they might just pull the trigger right now.
Hello everyone, I'm Ishihara from the Pokemon Company.
Is that to scale?
Today, February 27, is Pokemon Day.
Alright, now let me know about
This
volume.
is the date the Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green games were first released in Japan, marking the beginning of the Pokemon series.
Good, okay.
In those first 2 titles, 151 Pokemon made their appearance. Now, a total of 1,025 Pokemon have been discovered, and these diverse Pokemon have been part of the stories trainers worldwide have been able to experience.
This is good so far.
This year marks the Pokemon series' 30th, a milestone reached because of your support. Thank you, each and every one of you.
You're welcome.
We hope you will all enjoy seeing how Pokemon continues to evolve. In today's broadcast, we'll share all the latest news about Pokemon. Please enjoy the presentation.
It's really nice CG. That is so cool. That's so cool. Hit clips.
I'm Junichi Masa, and I handled the music and sound effects for the Pokemon Red version and Pokemon Blue version video games. You can now play all 45 songs from the games on the small player inspired by the Game Boy system. We took particular care to make the audio sound just like Game Boy, so I hope you enjoy listening while swapping out cartridges.
Oh, it's got a speaker? Wait, they said available today?
Hello, Pokemon trainers, and happy Pokemon Day.
That was crazy.
I'm Chris
How much?
Brown from the Pokemon Company International, and I'm thrilled to share news about the 2026 Pokemon World Championships, which will be taking place alongside
I want
our
to make
new
sure
fan
we're in
experience,
full visual
Pokemon
quality.
XP in San Francisco.
Yeah.
The
1080 is as good as
2026
Pokemon
World
gets, bro.
Championships will once again welcome nearly 3,000 competitors from all over the world. Competitors in the video game championships will battle for the first time in Pokemon Champions.
Yeah.
While their fellow competitors will battle in the Pokemon
That's
trading
crazy.
card game, Pokemon Go, and Pokemon Unite. Each of the final matches of these games will be held at the Chase Center, an arena that's 3 times the size as last year's finals. Years ago, we
The Chase
started on a
Center's pretty
mission
wild.
to create the most exciting Pokemon event for our competitors and their families. As the World Championships evolved, we saw an opportunity to expand even further and deliver a one-of-a-kind experience where trainers around the world can come together in celebrating their fandom. As we celebrate 30 years of Pokemon, we invite all of you to the inaugural Pokemon XP event. Fans of all ages can expect fun activities, including interactive exhibits, pin trading, cosplay showcases, unique panels, hands-on workshops, exciting partner collaborations, and of course, visiting the Pokemon Center
Yeah.
pop-up store.
Okay.
To celebrate
That's
this
that
experience
shit's smart.
today,
The
we're
the
giving you a
Pokemon
first
experience.
look At a truly special
That's where they
piece
make
of
their
art
money, man.
Illustrating Pokemon XP alongside the highly
Because truly,
anticipated
like, you know,
World
Pokemon's.
Championships.
I love that logo. An inorganic
Whether you're joining
esport.
us in person in San Francisco or from home on our live stream, we can't wait to see you this August. Thank you, Pokemon trainers.
They're just trying to pull in people who love Pokemon and get them to buy stuff. You know what I mean? So I actually think like the Pokemon XP idea is nice. It's cool. They have those. They have the old look on them too. So it's not like they're modernizing all these old cards. They're just presenting them as they were. Oh, the team ups, the tag teams. Okay. I mistook that as, hey, we're re-releasing all these old cards. But nah, it was like, here's what the cards looked like throughout the years. Coming up, Chrome Mewtwo. Okay. I expect them to go harder on
Huge range
Pokemon
of
TCG
Pokemon
than
that
that.
have appeared in Pokemon Go so far will return.
Okay.
And there's a 2-day Pokemon Go tour event starting tomorrow. We also have a promo code to share.
That was such a weird little Pokemon Go ad.
Here.
Oh, I love the watercolor look to him. That's cool.
Let your curiosity shine! Like a twinkling star!
Let your curiosity shine!
Pokemon Masters EX.
Yeah. They're all there. They're all there. This is Cafe. They're all coming up. They're all showing up. February 28th was the date you missed in this upper right-hand corner. So this is all tomorrow for you, Cafe fans. Did not expect Pokemon Sleep. I thought this was a dead product. They're going pretty fast, I feel like. Anyway, going back to like the whole Pokemon XP thing being part of the Pokemon World Championships. It makes like, to me, it makes it more of an experience. It gives you more of a reason to buy a ticket and go. I think it's such a cool idea. Like, I think,
To celebrate Pokemon Day,
a museum is
Zapdos, Moltres,
compelling.
and Articuno will be joining the fray. The magnificent power of the 3 legendary bird Pokemon comes together. Soar stylishly into battle. You can participate in the event to unlock
Show their costumes,
Unite
then.
licenses. And even more Pokemon are scheduled to be added.
show the costumes.
Don't miss what's coming.
Electrode Volleyball World Tour is coming soon, is what that just said. That would mean something to us. It would mean something to us if we played the game, you know? Alright, I swear this already came out. But here it is. Premiering now. 30 days of gifts. I kind of like that. I haven't booted this game up in weeks. I had a real bad run of bad luck. Oh, unexpected. This is the second game. They're doing this one before Coliseum? No. They just introduced them out of order, I guess. Yeah, this was a really fun playthrough. This was a really, really fun playthrough. We played this the year that Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl came out. I was like, I gotta play something. So we played Coliseum instead. That's so weird.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, so
I'm
that whole
Lucido
thing was
from
Gale of
Pokemon
Darkness.
Company.
That's what your character looks like in that game.
I'd like to give you all some additional updates as we share the latest news on our games. First off, we have information regarding the Pokemon Fire Red version and Pokemon Leaf Green version games coming to Nintendo Switch. The Pokemon Fire Red and Pokemon Leaf Green games, remakes of the
Your
Pokemon
character's
Red
got
and
like
Pokemon
scrawnier
Green games
proportions in
Japan,
XD.
were released on Game Boy Advance in 2004. Today, these games have been made available to play once more as download-exclusive titles on Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. We also plan to make these titles compatible with Pokemon Home in the future. This
Pokemon
way,
Champions
you
is
can
what's
bring
up here.
Pokemon obtained in other Pokemon RPG series titles on adventures with you.
You'll be able
or
to go
you can
into
send Pokemon to
esports
visit
with your
Pokemon
Fire Red
Champions.
Pokemon.
We hope you look forward to it. Next, we have some news about Pokemon Champions.
Sure. Who's gonna win? So funny. I just think this is such an anti-Nintendo idea. That on this competitive level, you can competitively play Pokemon on your phone is so crazy to me. Yeah, this trailer makes me uncomfortable. The girl one, the little girl one. Switch version first. Switch version first. Mobile later this year. What happened
Next
there?
up is news about the Mega Dimension DLC for the Pokemon Legends ZA game, the newest title in the Pokemon series. Please take a look at this video.
Okay, weird. Terrible DLC. Can't recommend. So this is a DLC finally. It's crazy because they added Megas to some of my favorite My Guys. And even still, I won't play this DLC more. Yeah, they just added a dumb new time limit to exploration when, you know, exploring the environments was so fun about the original game. I think that's a good Mega. I actually think Mega Garchomp's nice. And then the one on the right already existed, right? What the... The end of that was so weird.
A new Mega Evolution of Garchomp, Mega Garchomp Z, has been discovered.
That's a Z.
This mystery gift will become available for the Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimension DLC after this presentation concludes. After claiming this gift, you'll be able to detect a special hyperspace distortion where you can encounter Mega Garchomp Z.
No thanks.
You can obtain a Garchompite Z stone by winning a battle against Mega Garchomp Z in the special pocket of hyperspace. Next up, we have some news about Pokemon Pokopia.
Cool. Coming out next week. We're playing this next week. Isn't that crazy?
Is that curious-looking stereo of Rotom? Did it get enticed by the music and hop inside? It's really energetic. And
It says,
seems to go
"Yo!"
by DJ Rotom. What happens if you give it a CD in the game?
That's fun. No, that's fun. That's fun.
It can help liven up the town with a variety of music. Ditto and the others are grooving to the beat too. Let's listen to DJ Rotom's specially selected tracks while I introduce you to the world of Pokémon Pokopia. Ditto first encounters Professor Tangrowth in a wasteland that was once a town.
Professor
It seems like Ditto is
Tangrowth.
working
I saw a CD.
alongside other Pokémon to develop the town. Wow, they're sure fired up. Of course, you can't give your all on an empty stomach. It looks like Rioli
you get a random
wants
seed in
something
this
to
game?
eat too. But how do you cook?
It is an ugly game. I gotta agree with you.
Huh?
That's a
That
greeting.
silhouette.
That's nice.
A greedent appeared. It sounds like everyone calls it Chef Dente. Chef Dente can teach you how to cook all sorts of dishes.
And it doesn't
Each
have any
Pokémon
berries
has
because you're
different
trapped on
foods
this
they
island.
prefer. Some dishes will even power up your moves when you eat them. This will make it even easier to develop the town. Try bringing Pokémon you've befriended on an outing. In multiplayer mode, you can visit other players' towns. You can play with up to 3 other people. First, let's play some hide and seek. I wonder where everyone's hiding. Ah, there you are. There's someone here, too. But where's the last one?
Prop hunt, bro.
Whoa!
They
you
are
can
dittos.
transform into objects, too. That was a fun game of hide and seek. By working together, you could even build something this big.
That was cool.
Together, you can develop a town.
I'm realizing
Or go
now
on
that
far-off
Professor
adventures.
Tangrowth always just has a CD.
New encounters may await
Maybe
you
that's
as
meant to look
well.
like those weird things doctors have in cartoons on their foreheads.
Every day, the world gets bigger and bigger. Developing a town, one step at a time. Pokémon Pokopia.
TMs or CDs? Sure. Could be a
Available on
TM.
March 5th.
Unrelated to the actual CD objects in the game. You can get a Ditto rug if you buy this early. Don't mind if I do.
Pokémon Pokopia releases next week on Thursday, March 5th. We hope you enjoy working with Pokémon to develop a town from the ground up. Today, we covered all of the information you see here.
Somebody in chat theorized they're skipping Colosseum because it's actually darker than Gale of Darkness.
We'd like to end our presentation today with
They're
one
not
final
direct
video
sequels.
for you all. Thank you for
We'll talk about
tuning
it
in.
later. We'll talk about it later. Weird to skip Colosseum though. Winnie the Pooh vibes. Pikachu's never missed a game. He's always been there. I realize now that first one was supposed to be Viridian Forest. What? I'll say wow. I think the waves look great. Appealing ocean, you know? It looks like such a a nice environment to be around. Excellent. Excellent, 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 excellent. Yep, yep, yep. Excellent. Very good. Very good. The starters are great. They gotta look, bro. The starters are great. They're really, really nice. So Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves did leak like a year ago. I said 2027. Oh, that said 2027. Run it back. Run it back. Wow. Okay, so these illustrations are Pikachu throughout the games. That's actually Viridian Forest is what that's meant to be. I think that's actually sweet. So that's Johto. So you get it now? Like we're going through the gens. That's fun. Yeah, at first, obviously, I'm scouring these. I'm like, what are you trying to tell me about this game? Like, what environment are we in? No. Just going through the eras, dude. Mucho left. Mucho's so mad. Oh, man. 2027 is a real disappointment. So that's the one we're in now? This is so weird where, like, Pikachu's presumed parents show up. This is so fucked. This Pikachu's wearing makeup. I guess here's the thing. Here's what's fucked up about this is that, like, we're still in, like, the world of Pokemon where Pikachus can't just go around dressing themselves. So somebody put makeup on their Pikachu. A trainer did this. I think I feel like whatever was on the dad Pikachu's tail is like, you know, a primary gimmick we'll learn about much later. Maybe also a tease that some of your Pokemon you'll be able to customize. Maybe you'll be able to put makeup on your Pikachu. Yeah, I'm curious what they're going for in terms of direct inspiration, but I really like these islands. I think it's a powerful first shot. That is such a nice first shot. Game Freak they really linger on for a while, by the way. Nice camera move. Ideally, you'd see more things you gotta go check out, right? The old Breath of the Wild shot. But you still see tiny little details here of areas you can't wait to explore. It's cool. Yeah, so much to interpret from this stuff, right? I wonder if we're on a trip. This to me seems more of like a vacation hotel. You know what I mean? Like one of those resorts more than a place where people live. And it seems like this is where you start your adventure. By the way, here's what I'm talking about, bro. Like just little things on the map that you can't wait to go check out. You want to be exploring all of this stuff. You know what I mean? You can't wait till you find whatever Pokemon is inside of this alcove. That's good stuff. How much leaks do you know about? Very little. Very little. Yeah, man. I mean, that's where we start our adventure. The waves look great. If your game is called Pokemon Wind and Pokemon Waves, they knew what to focus on, and they pulled it off in execution. I'm wondering like if this is like a hoverboard or some shit. You know what I mean? A means of transportation. So we catch a Pikachu. Nice little, I think this is meant to be Malaysia. I'd buy it. I like, this has to be Switch 1? I don't know. It comes out in 2027, man. Okay. All right, YouTube. Come on, bro. Back. These little stars that pop off. Great effect on those. That's nice. It's confirmed Switch 2 exclusive. I believe it. Yeah, chat. You can. Here's the thing. Switch 1 can't do this. You got two years to procure a Switch 2 now. Yeah, these environments are so cool, dude. Love the starter reveal. This was an interesting way to do it. First revealed from behind. Yeah, that's fun. The fire dog's an obvious winner. What's kind of crazy is we've had a grass bird starter before. This is such a pared down design. I think they're all, what I really like about all three of these designs is how pared down they are. How simplified they are. This is a simpler design than Rowlet, you know? This bird I'm talking about in particular. But yeah, all three really. Honestly, yeah, we've had like a water gecko before too, right? These are really nice. I'll check out the merch. I'll check them out. They're boring. Where I think they are not boring is their character. I think this is an outstanding design. Brout. I think that design is great. The dog, I think you can make a case for, is almost boring. I feel like the dog needs something wrong with it. The dog's colorization, like it's really similar to I mean, it's called Pombon now. Those 3 electric types from Scarlet Violet that all look the same. You know what I mean? The orange guys who like punch. Pawmi. It's very similar to Pawmi, I think. Pawmi, Pawmot. Yeah. But obviously, you know, it's got a whole different face. You're excited about what that thing could turn into. And then, yeah, this is the freak. Gek was for freaks, and I really like the design. What do you think about this cloud? I don't know, something about this cloud, bro. That's no cloud. That's a Pokemon. Yeah, there's a Pokemon in there. And then, yeah, from, like, the really, like, basic pre-beta, pre-alpha footage, you saw that they were intending to allow the player to explore beneath the ocean, which I think looks really nice. Yeah, I think a problem with, you know, Dive previously was that it didn't feel cool to be underwater in a Pokemon game. Didn't really change anything. You didn't feel like you're actually doing anything. The region is based off of Indonesia, with loads of separate islands. Cool. And then what a weird ending. What a weird sound up. I like that a lot. I liked it. I liked it. I think it's promising. Obviously, 2027 hurts. I was absolutely expecting to see that come out this year. Oh, shit. I'm still scrolling up, but I do not have that merch link. It's gone. You personally love they're taking more time? Yeah. I guess that's a fair point. That is what they're doing. You know what? Let me catch up on Resubberoonies real quick. They're in a position where they're comfortable enough not to have to force themselves to release a new Pokemon generation every 2 years. They're going to make it right. Pretty cool. Cass, no, thanks for being a 62-monther to say wow. Darachi, thank you for gifting a gift sub to wow. Ab3 Toe, let me know if that's Abe Toe. Thanks for being a 4-monther. What region is this? The Philippines? Indonesia, turns out. And then Joel, thanks for being a 12-monther. Congrats on the full year. Crow Party, thanks for being a 34-monther. New starters for my birthday. Kind of shocked. I'm saying wow, but this looks great. Can I get a creepy happy birthday? Yep. Happy birthday, Crow Party. The Pokemon Center website's making me prove I'm a human. Did we hear a legendary roar at the end? Only ambiguously. I didn't hear a roar. KO, thanks for being a 13-monther. Yeah, how much for the Pokemon music player? I liked it. I liked it. Yeah. So this merchandise I love. This stuff is really cool. We got to see like a sneak peek at this design. I guess this is the best way to look at it. Is the website broken? Enable browser cookies is what they're telling me how to fix this shit. Pikachu, stop worrying, bro. Okay, all right. The website's just it's broke for you as well. That's funny. The Poke Freaks broke it, man. Yeah, maybe if we go frame by frame, we'll find the wind legendary and the waves legendary. Maybe we'd see them. Let's check out my expectations in reality though. Let's own up. Do I think Pombon's final Evo will be all fours? Because it's the fire type? No. I think that thing is going to stand. Expectation was 31 minutes. Ooh, I didn't write that down. How long was it actually? It was a much shorter presentation than I thought they would have for Pokemon Gen 10. It was about 28. Okay. This is correct. Will not be revealed until the final minutes, but just barely. I think that was a 2-minute trailer, even including the weird mama and dad Pikachu. Right? I feel like that's like that was 2 minutes. It was 24:45 for the full Pokemon Presents. Got it. Okay. Wow. I feel like that was like 2 minutes of Gen 10. Obviously, if that game were to be coming out this November, they probably would have shown more, but they had to show restraint because that is not an imminent release. 3:30 is the Gen 10. Got it. Rough. Okay, Pokemon Unite, Cafe, Pokemon Go, Trading Card Game Pocket, Pokemon Masters EX, correct. Plus Sleep. Yeah. All of these games are still receiving content. Even Pokemon Cafe, it's like, yeah, we're going to keep this going. We'll keep adding content to this. Pokemon Go barely, though. Pokemon Go was like, and every Pokemon Go Pokemon that's ever been in the game is coming back. It's our biggest thing ever. This was probably the weakest trailer of that entire presentation was for Pokemon Go. That was weird. That was a weird one for me. Okay. Now, Pokemon Champions has yet to reveal its monetization scheme. Because here's the thing. What they did say was Switch release April. Mobile release later this year. Pokemon Friends, the educational Pokemon game, was a free-to-play mobile game, is and then on Switch, you could just buy it. Maybe they will do something similar with, is this the MOBA? No, Pokemon Champions is just the raw combat game. Combat only. Turn-based battles. That's it. That's all it does. But it will be the platform through which esports Pokemon takes place going forward. So the Pokemon World Championships this year will be played in Pokemon Champions. PvP online. Yeah. So I'm gonna say incorrect on that first half. Correct on the second half. No unique combat mechanics is not at all what it's about. The sign in the trailer seems to say something akin to Imbrop. I'm gonna say in that case, that's probably not what the sign says. If we're parsing out the sign and we're like, what could Imbrop mean? Like, Imbrop doesn't mean anything. Okay, so Pokemon trading card game news set, 30th anniversary special stuff. Correct. But I thought that would show so much more. Trading card game had this kind of crazy montage where they showed what Pokemon cards looked like throughout the last 30 years. And then ended with these extreme close-ups on like a Chrome Mewtwo and Chrome Mew as a tease of what the next in-game special mechanic might be. Because they're doing megas again. More details on Gen 10. All right, we'll finish expectations and reality. You're getting 120 hourglasses just for logging into Pocket today? That might be enough. All right, this is my wrongest guess, is that we'd see Lego Pokemon today. Wrongest guess. Extremely wrong. No Lego Pokemon. New mobile game, also incorrect. It seems like the current focus is on Champions. Seems like they would not release a new game until Champions is out. Okay. Incorrect. Yes, we did see Fire Red, Leaf Green. Absolutely. Yep. But it looks like we're going to have a Pokemon game to play this year. I think they said March, which is crazy because, like, we're going to be playing Pokopia next week. But, XD Gale of Darkness trailer. I thought I'd have time. I thought they would do Coliseum first. So yeah, maybe we just play Gale of Darkness like in November when I wanted to be playing a new Pokemon game. There's a Lego Pokemon rumored, or you're just guessing? Factually, there's more Lego Pokemon coming. If you read the frequently asked questions on the bottom of the Lego Pokemon page, they're like, yeah. These sets are for adults. The family sets are forthcoming. Yet to be revealed. Pokopia trailer, new freaky Pokemon variant? Yeah, I would say Greedent with a pot on its head was not necessarily freaky, but that is correct. That would be a proper expectation. And honestly, I feel like that stereo Rotom, which already should exist, could maybe count as well. Pokemon Gen 10 doesn't go out of its way to celebrate the anniversary. I would say correct. The trailer did. But as I was saying, this was mostly a note about how the game itself is designed and presented. It's not like, remember all this. It's not that. The trailer did not present a nostalgic game. You know? The titles are the titles that leaked. Yes, correct. Sticking with Wind and Waves. Which I think is dumb. I think those are bad titles. To me, you want it to, I mean, it's not possible at this point, but you want every Pokemon generation to feel like the biggest one. The next step, the next evolution of Pokemon. And honestly, when I hear Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves, it's you think you're running out of things. This sounds like, you know, not even mainline. This sounds like an offshoot. This sounds like a spin-off. Just by those words. Just by the titles. But obviously the game itself that was presented looks really nice. All right. Fire type. Correct. Basic and charismatic, I would say, is correct. Grass type, being an abomination, incorrect. Grass type is superior. Water type. My guess was cute, but not cute. That is also incorrect. Makes no attempt to be cute. Succeeds in being cute. But it does have weird eyes. It does indeed have weird eyes, so there's something a little correct about that. Yeah, that's correct. Just in case there was any doubt, yeah, they were not going to show you gameplay of a new generation without showing starters. That'd be weird. Wandering the game's map will be the first thing you see. It will intend to make you say, wow. I wouldn't say it was wandering. It was a wandering shot, but you didn't see the character walking around for a while. But I'm going to say mostly correct. About the intent of the first shot of the game. You know? My chat does not say wow when visually assessing the technical value of the graphics. I think this is incorrect. I mean, you know, I didn't read every single comment. My eyes were glued on the screen, but I would say it seems like, for the most part, this chat thinks the game looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to say incorrect. Wowed chat. Which is, I guess, I'm guessing people were already calling it this, but that's the gen name, yeah? Is it Weewa? My chat said wow for Weewa. All right. Switch and Switch 2 release. Incorrect. Oh my god. Switch 2 exclusive, according to the website. November release date revealed. Incorrect. 2027. Actually, I kind of agree with you here. The environments are cool. The character models continue to be underwhelming. I would agree with you. I don't think there's a single Pokemon they showed, maybe Pikachu, where you're like, ooh, this is next gen of Pokemon. These look great. I would agree with you. The actual like characters themselves, even you know, the playable characters, I wouldn't say looked next gen. Back to legendaries on the box. To be determined. I think it's highly likely, but who knows? All right. Expectation whole presentation B-. I actually think as the 30th anniversary Pokemon Presents, that presentation was not very good. I give it a C. Sinzon, thanks for being a 2-monther. I think a nice thing about it is that it was really quick. But I guess I was foolishly expecting a bit more pomp and circumstance, you know? I was expecting, you know, a little more I guess like personality to it. You know what I mean? Like the presentations were so dry. I was almost expecting Pokemon as a brand to reflect upon itself, you know? This is kind of dry. I had Pokemon Gen X and Fantasy Critic League. It was a great pickup. It was a smart pickup. And now you're stuck with that. However, expectation for Gen 10 was a B. I think what they showed is B+ material. I think that looks pretty sweet. What I like about it is that I like the Pokemon games for the adventure, right? And I feel like the environment is so much of that. It's why I like Scarlet and Violet a bunch, right? It's because you get to explore an environment. And so I feel like making it an environmentally focused trailer was really nice. Yeah, it's not an A. It's not an A. I can't go to A. Can't even go to A-. But yeah, I think that was a really nice. I think the Gen 10's in a really good spot. Looking forward to Weewa immensely, but it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while. Will there be something like the depths? Yeah. We're going underwater, but they showed what it looks like the first time you go scuba diving. Weewa is what we call it, not WW? Say WW. I dare you. Say WW. Ooh, I do like Dub Dub. If we call it Dub Dub, I'm in. A new stage is set. These new titles feature an open world to explore. I mean, that has a very particular meaning when you're talking about video games. With beautiful windswept islands and a vast ocean with glittering waves that ebb and flow. Yeah, they pulled that off. The Pokemon that live in harmony with this region's lush environment have developed their own unique ecosystems. By visiting these islands, you're sure to open the door to a brand new adventure that could only be found here. It's good shit. Hold on. During your adventure, you'll be able to team up with all kinds of Pokemon to overcome both the difficult road ahead and even the forces of nature that block your path at times. That's basically a hint at like how they will, you know, lock movement behind gates. Yeah. Back to HMs. Yeah, these screenshots stink, bro. The ones they uploaded to their own website are so low res. That's so crazy. Somebody did screen grabs from that YouTube video we just watched. And then compressed them like to a ridiculous degree. That's so weird. Yeah, I feel like the swamp was a really nice shot. I like the swamp. Never liked Whale Lord. Love Marini. Yeah, this was crazy. Cool looking cave. Yeah, okay. You're right. I mean, let's be realistic. Maybe I'm just being kind because it's a Pokemon game. I think the waves look great. I think the waves look really, really nice. This screenshot looks like shit. This does not look like, you know, the next generation of anything. Miss Adventureland thanks for being an 18-monther. Happy Pokemon Day to those who celebrate. Hell yeah. Like, I wouldn't say that shots like this demonstrate a significant upgrade over Scarlet and Violet. It seems they were teasing underwater gameplay. Agree or no? Oh yeah, there will definitely be underwater gameplay. Confirm it. Lock it in. Yeah, this shot's so cool. I love this shot. Just looking at the route that you can travel on. And I mean, that's the beginning of your adventure right here. Gamers are going to go left. You can't really go left. So you're like, you know, you're checking this thing out first. And you're going up in here and see what's going on in this little platform. And then eventually you make your way right. Terrible screenshot. Just terrible. Terrible. Get yourself some HD screenshots. What? So if you're playing Pokemon Wins, you have to wear these dorky hats? Waves it is. It's the starter. You're right. It's the starter outfit. It's a starter outfit. I wonder if the implication is that, like, these are two different companies that you work for, you know? Because you get different backpacks, too. And then, yeah, I mean, am I crazy? I feel like they're hoverboards, man. Look at the way this guy holds it. It is admittedly also rather Switch-like, where you could almost imagine those things clicking off the sides of that big tablet. 100% hoverboard? I feel like it's a hoverboard. Because basically, like, when you do have a game like this, you got to think about character navigation so much, you know? And, you know, like, riding that Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet was a solution to the problem of traveling. And so I feel like the hoverboard is this game's solution to travel. Think they got a Rotom in there? Yeah. Your hoverboard definitely will talk to you and will be a Pokemon. Yeah, that's right. That's fair. Yeah, what's so crazy is, like, the shot sucks too. The appeal of Tangela is that it's two eyes peering out from the depths. You know what I mean? This just shows like a big black texture barely concealed by vines. But the idea is, like, it's just the eyes peeking out. You have no idea what the actual face of a Tangela could look like. And this says, no, you know, this is really, there's nothing back there. That's a fun shot. Beautiful game, dude. This shot's nice. When they show the waves, the game looks nice. You can see the fan blades on the hoverboard. I did stop for a second there. You can see them here. Yeah, but the weird thing is they're not on that side. But this side, it looks like both sides do have the fans. But yeah, we think that's a hoverboard. That's a hoverboard. All right. They will, at some point, upload new screenshots to this website. I'm guessing they were just rushed. All right, so Brout is the Bean Chick Pokemon. Pombon is the puppy Pokemon. And Gekwa is the water gecko Pokemon. Yeah, I really think that Brout is going to be a winner, man. I think Brout is going to be the best one, but I'm still going to pick Gekwa. That is my guess about what happens. But I love always, I think what you need in starters is for any human on Earth to say, I want that one and I hate that one. And they pull it off. This is a great set of starters. Everybody in this chat says, I want that one and I hate that one. Mission accomplished. You're not supposed to like all three. Will Gekwa stand? Gekwa will not stand because the other water gecko already does. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're gonna try to. Gekwa is going to differentiate itself as much as possible as it evolves from that other water gecko. Oh, look at these illustrations. Hell yeah. Yeah, what's funny is I interpreted Brout to have the grumpy face more often. But I mean, even here it doesn't have it. But I'm gonna think, I actually think Brout's attitude increases as it continues to evolve. I think by the time this guy's fully evolved, it's gonna be cranky. Yeah, Pombon. Pombon looks a lot like Palmot. I swear Palmot's got like the same little fluff on top of their heads too. This Pokemon is guileless and friendly. No, okay, the eyes are off on Gekwa. What I'm appreciating here in this 2D illustration, though, is that Gekwa is definitely going to have feminine evolutions. It's going to be some sexy monstrosity by the end. Absolute Primarina. Yeah. Gekwa is very intelligent, maneuvers shrewdly while putting on airs. That's crazy. Special Pikachu make their debuts. What? Mr. Windy Chew and Ms. Wavy Chew? That's it. Just how could these Pikachu be involved in your adventure? Look forward to future announcements. That's nothing more to say. The rest is up to your imagination. You're right. They are wearing the same hats you start off with. You're right. These are your bosses. They are. They're wearing the identical hats. That's crazy. So, I think they're likely like resort mascots. You know what I mean? They're not going to be professional. Let's not go crazy. Pokemon does some crazy things, but these two will not talk to you. They're not owners of the resort. No, we still got to play by the rules of Pokemon. What if they're people in suits? They're provably not people in suits. Those eyes blink. Brout. Yeah, Brout's nice. Bill transformed into a Pokemon. That would be so crazy if they're like taking Bill lore. Bill's experiments have finally been widespread. Yeah, so like this screenshot here is at the resort, dude. I mean, I guess what a weird thing is, I feel like the resort angle shrinks the adventure a bit. Maybe you work for the resort and you're not on vacation, but it makes the region smaller, in my opinion. I guess it makes it make more sense. It's like, look, bro, honestly, if we're doing like a 1-to-1 grand scale adventure, we would need a whole planet. So we're just doing a resort instead. The regional variants should be nice for these games. Regional variants, always nice. I love regional variants. Yeah, that's a cool website to look at. Mr. Wavy Chew. Well, that was crazy. Yeah, I'm excited. Like, huge kickoff for Gen 10. I am deflated that it's coming out in 2027. And I think it'll be early. I'm guessing it's not holiday 2027. I'm guessing it's first half. But, that's a bummer, bro. I did not catch the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer. I don't need to. I'm in. Kier, thanks for being a 69-monther. Hi, back at you. Any thoughts on them doing green-blue as the version colors for this game? No thoughts on that. I didn't really appreciate that that's what they were doing with them. I mean, they're gradients. They're gradients. Those are gradients. If I asked you for the color green and you gave me that Pokemon Wins logo, I would say, no, green, green. Similarly with waves, it's a great, that goes from blue to purple. That is green. I'd say, give me green. I asked for green. Which color is a Shamrock Shake? That would be mint. That would be mint green. If a Shamrock Shake was raw green, it would be disgusting. The thing I wanted to look up was the mini Game Boy music player. The cost of that item is really important. I got Eurogamer here. There's a Japanese website for the device that listed at a price of 9,900 yen, which translates to 47 pounds. Which is basically like, I gotta know better. I should not buy it. I should not buy this. If you missed that part of the presentation, this is a little miniature Game Boy. You put cartridges into it, and then just from the speaker, it plays one song from a game that you used to love. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna buy it. Well, here's the thing, the fucking stacks of cartridges, right? So each 45 cartridges. So each cartridge plays one track from the soundtrack. You see, it says one device, 45 cartridges, one storage case. So every time you want to listen to a new song, you pull out one of those cartridges, slot it in, and then just kind of like chill out with it on your desk. No, I won't do it. I do think this is an interesting 30th anniversary product, right? This is the kind of thing I was looking for. Go nuts. Celebrate yourself. With the worst audio quality imaginable. They did make a special note to say they worked really hard at making the audio quality authentic. And actually, I think the Game Boy has a nice speaker. I bet it'll sound nice. But yeah, that's a crazy product. What kind of thing is inside each cartridge? I mean, I'm guessing that like it's fully reading. I mean, I guess honestly, like, it's a really crazy thing for them to produce. No, I'm guessing it stores the data of the song on that cartridge. My chat's thinking maybe it's fake, you know what I mean? It just says, oh, I recognize that you have Vermilion Woods in this cartridge, so I will play that track for you now. I have identified SS Ann. Thoughts on live action Kratos? Oh, like a set photo? My first reaction was a wince. I am wincing. I'm wincing. What the fuck? Who built this rock? This can't be real. This can't be real. This can't be real. Who built this fucking rock? This is an officially released press photo for the series. This is from Amazon. This isn't real. No. This is a prank. Somebody's pranking Amazon. Yeah, let me triple check. You know, maybe somebody pranked Wario. Oh my god, no, dude, here's the press release. I can't fucking believe that. I can't. That's what it means is they chose this. They chose this. This was the best one. It's the best shot they have. Oh my god. Okay. Well, good luck to you. Good luck to you. We have had expectations. Chat's asked me, do you believe in the God of War Amazon series? And I have repeatedly said no. So I would not say that, you know, like I'm like disappointed. I am actually shocked as someone who has never believed in this project how silly it actually looks. Because here's the thing. They probably spent a ridiculous amount of money on that series. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying it's a low budget. I'm saying like they should have just picked a real rock. I'm saying sometimes I don't get where they prioritize where these budgets go to in these super expensive Amazon series, you know? Real rocks are heavy though. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Real rocks are heavy as hell. Okay. We're going to analyze what these cartridges are. I was like confused and excited when they were first introducing this product. And so, I mean, like, I already just put together. Oh, shit. The theory that it simply reads these pegs as a particular code, basically, and all games are actually on the Game Boy itself is correct. Basically, it's just like, oh, you have pressed down 1, 3, and 5, so I will play track 3, you know? That's kind of cool. That's actually a neat way to do that. So you can hack it to play all songs. You get all songs with the purchase, just to be clear. You get them all. All of these come with the single purchase. So there'd be no reason to hack it, but yeah, you could hack that.
I'm Junichi Masuda, and I handle the music.
Is there a secret one that unlocks Mew? That'd be so cool. Yeah, if you like go in and like press down all 5 buttons. I thought they were selling tracks individually. No, it's a truly strange product. You get this little Game Boy, that cartridge, and then 45 other cartridges.
We took particular care to make the audio sound.
And what's crazy is the fronts of the cartridges are all identical. It doesn't even say on the front of the cartridge what song you're going to hear. The backs of the cartridges have the in-game screenshots. So maybe the in-game screenshots is supposed to tell you, like, yeah, this is Pokemon Center, so this is what, yeah. Seems insanely wasteful. Yeah. The box is designed to be never reopened. Yeah, the box design itself is real throwback. Not just the original box art, but I would say like original Game Boy box throwback. Yeah, check this out. That's what they're trying to harken back to right there. So I'm guessing the Japanese release of this package looks incredibly different too. What's crazy about looking at this now is that Nintendo logo is so janky and incorrect. Somebody just like painted it on, but that is not what it looks like when you boot up a Game Boy. That's funny. We didn't have the tools. We didn't have the tools back then. They had to work with what they had. Remember that box? It's actually an iconic box, man. The box holds up. It still feels futuristic. That thing comes with 4 AA batteries. Sorry, yeah, AA batteries. That's nice. All right, so that'll do it for that Pokemon Presents. Pokemon Presents C. Pokemon Gen 10, I feel very enthusiastic about, but it's just it's a way off. We're gonna be talking about this game for a year plus. We got a good year ahead of us before we even touching that game. That's crazy. That's crazy. I hope they don't show anything more for a long time. C is too high for this presentation. Yeah. C, here's the thing. The reason it's a C is around 25 minutes. It was brief. You know, like, they did not overstay their welcome at all. So that's a easy C. Easy C. You could go worse. You can give them a D for that, but there's some nice stuff. But yeah, I would not say it was a present. I didn't feel like, the day, man. It's like, it didn't feel like it had a lot of heart to it. Now you gotta wait, yeah, until the next Nintendo Direct. I guess that's really the next exciting event. That's it. So maybe maybe like a May Nintendo Direct. I don't even know. I don't even know what we're looking forward to. I love the starters. I feel like that's a really positive thing too. I think the environments look great, and I think the starters are really promising. They show that Pokemon creature designers still have it. They still got it, baby. Okay, so for now, I'm going to sign off. We'll be back at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, not even 6 hours from now, to finally play Resident Evil 9. Looking forward to it. Yeah, get a little extra sleep, but also like food. Definitely eat some food, you know? We're gonna need it because it's gonna be a real trial. It's gonna be a scary Friday night, and then if you're missing tonight, Saturday is also Resident Evil 9. So show sloth. Yeah. My secret weapon, as somebody who is terrified of scary games and never streams scary games, I needed to recruit help, so I got a security sloth. Her name's Bagurdi. Her arms are long enough indeed to reach around your entire head as such and comfort you as you're playing a scary video game. So I'll be ready. I'll be ready for any scary moments, you know? Maybe, we might not need her. You know what I mean? I might be brave. I might get through that whole game without even breaking a sweat. I might be like, fine, I'm good. None of this scares me. This is an action game. But we'll see. So I want to do one last check to make sure I didn't miss out on any subs or resubs. Yeah, I did miss one. Embotronic, thanks for being a 44-monther. If you don't know who's the Bean Chick Pokemon of the friend group, it's probably you. That would be an honor. I would love to be the Bean Chick. And then I think I caught all the other ones. Apologies if I missed yours. It's like especially hard for me to keep track of chat during an event I'm actually excited about. What if there's a sloth monster in the game? Bagurdi is not a monster, so I would still lean on Bagurdi. There's a sequel? To what? What am I missing? Sorry, I'm just trying to keep up with chat. The sequel to what? Someone said there's a sequel? And the answer was, yeah, announced, but they didn't show it. Looking forward to XD playthrough. Oh, yes. Yeah, I think we'll play that in the fall. I don't think we'll play it in March, but yeah. Well, I definitely want to play through Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Coliseum was such a fun playthrough. And I was going to save it again for a Pokemon off year. And it turns out this is indeed a Pokemon off year. Alien Isolation announced a sequel. What? That's not new. So this is something that happened a while ago? Yeah, okay. Creative Assembly announced it. I totally forgot that happened. To our fans around the world. Sorry, we are going to end the stream. The stream's over. On the 10th anniversary, it seems only fitting to let you know that we have heard your distress calls loud and clear. Today, I'm delighted to confirm, on behalf of the team, that a sequel to Alien Isolation is in early development. Gotcha. Early. All right. Anyway, sorry that got distracted to me. Sorry I got distracted by that. Anyway, thanks everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate y'all. We'll be live 4 p.m. Eastern time for Resident Evil Requiem. Until then, have a good Friday for yourself, and have a happy Pokemon Day. Oh, especially if you're downloading Fire Red and Leaf Green. There was somebody earlier in chat who said, this is my first ever Pokemon game. I'm so excited. I'm excited for that person. That's fun. All right. Anyway, see you all.
It's a robot party. It's a robot party. It's a robot party. It's a robot party. Tie your shoe. It's a robot party. Pet the dog. It's a robot party. Collect the clues. It's a robot party. No eggnog. It's a robot party. Safety first. It's a robot party. Feelings last. It's a robot party. Soda thirst. It's a robot party. Nuclear blast. It's a robot party. Now we dance till midnight. Now we dance till midnight.
See